Hey retirees, so here we are in the garden in the beginning of July. I don't know if you've seen June and May, April, winter. This is considerably different. What's happening here is just amazing. So I want to talk to you about what's blooming, what you can grow, native plants, pollinators, there's bees, bumblebees all around me right now. But the other thing I want to stress to you is how important it is for you to get out and do this kind of stuff. Now, this is a gigantic garden. I've been working on it for 7 years. You can do a 5 by 10 foot area that would also support a lot of native bees, bumblebees, butterflies, birds, other insects, little animals. So, and it's, you know, it's good for you physically, it's good for you mentally, it gives you a sense of purpose, which is so important. You know, there's so much in bloom right now that I'm going to cut it up. At least 2, maybe even 3 videos showing you all the different plants. So now I'm in a county park, there's a lot of traffic. I'm literally 100 yards from Route 95 and 5 miles from the not even 4 miles from the George Washington Bridge. So this is urban area, very urban area. And you know, while I'm talking to you, a catbird just landed on the tripod. There's song sparrows singing, yellow warblers. I just had a nest of blue-gray gnatcatchers in the tree. They raised 2 babies. So there's just so much going on here. Retire for nature. Retire for yourself. Don't sit around. I don't want to ramble, but okay, let's take a look at some of the flowers here. And I'll tell you what's easy to grow, what's good for your garden, what's good for a pot, what's good for a big area like this. And I mean, you could do this. You know, I'm no genius, that's for sure. Anybody, any retiree that's physically able, I am blessed, I'm in pretty good physical shape. But you don't need to be in great physical shape to do something. Okay, let's take a look. This is Verbena stricta. I like this plant a lot. It's very tough. There's some more of it in the back. Let's see if we can get a little more of it in. Bumblebees like it. Little bees like it. Little butterflies like it. That was just a carpenter bee. He didn't seem too interested. It blooms a long, long time. These are seedlings from last year, and look how nice they are now. I got a nice patch of it. There's more of it there. It's a really pretty plant. And if we can get a close-up of the flower. Flowers are pretty. It likes to dry. So there is another purple flowering verbena. I forget the name of it offhand. But it needs it wet. But this guy will take it quite dry. So this is a nice plant. Here comes a little skipper, maybe. I'm not really sure who he is. Flying too fast. See if he's going to land on it. So a lot of times you see these little skipper-type butterflies flying really fast. They're actually looking for a mate. They're not really looking to land and feed. Usually a male looking for a lady friend. So Verbena stricta. So this is a nice plant to grow. Easy to grow. Will bloom the first year. Second year. Well, actually, you know, these plants, I planted them late spring, I would say, and they did. A couple of them did bloom the first year, and I saved those seeds, and I have a couple dozen seedlings from them. So you buy seeds once. Once you get a couple of flowers, you never have to buy seeds again, and they reseed themselves anyway. And the deer and the rabbits don't eat them. So there's a lot of reasons why you should be growing this plant. This is a great plant. Beautiful, besides. Help the planet. Get outside. Help yourself. This is Hypericum prolificum. A shrubby St. John's wort. So this one's been blooming for a while. Still has a lot of flowers to go. Really nice. The bees absolutely love this thing. You want bumblebees, grow this. This is actually a shrub. This is not a perennial. Easy to grow from seed. This was from seed. This is about its 4th year. And it's 3 foot by 2 foot high. Very pretty. And like I said, it's not even in full bloom anymore, but there's a lot of buds to come. You know, deer don't eat it, rabbits don't eat it. We have so much trouble with deer right now. It's really good to have some plants that the deer don't eat. And I have quite a few in here actually that the deer don't eat. But I do put deer repellent down as well. But even without, you know, if I skip a couple of weeks, I forget, and then lots of things get browsed, but not this. It's a nice plant. It's good for your garden. It's good for your foundation planting. For me, it's semi-evergreen. If you go and look it up online, they say it's deciduous, but maybe because we're getting milder and milder, I don't know. But this is a good plant for you to grow. Native plant. Bees, bumblebees, just go crazy for this thing. So this is a purple cone flower. This is Echinacea. Purpureum, maybe. I'll have to check that out. Not really native, from what I understand, to New Jersey, but it's in every native plant garden that you come across pretty much, except for the real purists. It's absolutely beautiful. The butterflies and the bees love it. I get lots of big butterflies on it. Monarchs, swallowtails, you know, those kind of butterflies. It's pretty hardy. This particular plant has been here already like 3 years. And I'll show you how big it is. Let me get over there. You know, it's 4.5 feet tall, easily. Here's some bees on it now. So this is a great plant. Blooms a long, long time. Very hardy. I haven't had an issue with the deer eating it. Maybe other people have. I think some other people have said they have, but not here. I don't know why. Knock on wood. And I have a lot of it. A couple of this particular one I did not plant. It just showed up here. But I've taken seeds from some of these, and I've grown seedlings, and I move them all around. And I have quite a bit in the garden now. And it's a good thing, because at this time of year in July, there's lots of yellow. There's Rudbeckia. There's false sunflower. There's all kinds of yellow, Retivita. There's all kinds of yellow plants blooming. So this kind of breaks it up a little bit. You get some nice purple, you know. And the bigger butterflies aren't really into yellow, you know. They like purple and pink. So this is a good plant to have in your native garden. Easy to grow from seed. You can collect seed almost anywhere, but if you want to, you can go buy it. There's no reason to buy a plant. So this little seedling, next year we'll have some flowers on it. The year after that, it'll be a big, beautiful plant like this. So it comes quick. Grow some purple coneflower. So this is Anise hyssop, Agastaches funiculum. This may not be a New Jersey native. Depends on the website that you look at. Bonap has it native to the states all around New Jersey, but not New Jersey. So I'm not really sure, but it doesn't matter. You'll find it in almost every native garden. You can probably see all the bumblebees on it. Look how cute. Solitary bees, native bees, butterflies like this plant. You know, hummingbird will nectar off of that. So it's a good plant for your pollinator garden. And it helps a lot of wildlife. You know, deer won't eat it, rabbit won't eat it. It's in the mint family. It's not really long-lived, but it does reseed itself, and it's very easy from seed. These were like 5 or 6 seedlings last year in the fall. And look at this thing now. You know, it's well over 5 feet tall. So this is an excellent plant for your native garden. There's another one that is native to New Jersey, Agastaches and Neptoides, and I do have some of it in the garden. And it's also easy from seed. Somebody gave me a little plant last year, gave me a few, but only one survived the winter. So I have a feeling Agastaches are not long-lived plants, but they reseed themselves easily and collect seed and grow them from seed. They need to be winter stratified, which I will show you in a future video, you know, when we get closer to winter. It's a good plant to grow. And of course you get outside and you get fresh air, and you will know that you're doing something for the planet, which is so important. You have a sense of purpose. I'm going to say that over and over again, because so many of my retired friends, and even people I meet here in the park, they say, you know, I'm not even sure why I'm here anymore. I just feel so useless. You don't have to be like that. You know, you can come and do some of this stuff and, you know, feel a sense of purpose. And it's important. It's not just nothing. It's really important. Our native butterflies and bees are declining at a really fast rate. Just a new recent A study came out that said the butterflies have decreased something like 25% in just the last couple of decades because there's nothing for them to eat. There's all invasive plants that are growing all around us, or Asian plants, or European plants, things that we bring in because, because these growers are hybridizing. Speaking of hybridizing, be careful what you buy. Make sure it's a straight species, Agastache funiculum. There's one called Blue Fortune that's very pretty, and it looks like this, and it gets a little bigger, and the color's a little darker. It's hybridized with a foreign species. These little pretty pink ones and orange ones, they're all hybridized with Asian and European species. The hummingbirds like them, but they're not getting the same nutrition they would get out of a native species. So get the straight species, native plants. Be careful what you buy, and you'll be doing something for the planet. I'll show you a couple other things while I'm here. This is Coreopsis tinctoria. And I'll tell you a quick funny story. I do osprey monitoring. Osprey is a bird bird of prey, but it just feeds on fish. They were very endangered at one point, but now they're stable. So anyway, I monitor about 40 nests, 35 to 40 nests, depending on the year. And I was in a place, a disturbed area. They're going to do construction there, and there was a nest nearby. And there were all these little yellow flowers in the field. And I like, what is that? So I went and I looked, and there were little Coreopsis. I knew they were Coreopsis. I didn't know what kind. They were like this big. I'm like, wow, that's really great, for the front of the border. So I picked some seeds, and I guess I threw some in the front of my border. This was, like probably July or something, maybe even August. And then I forgot about it, I'm like, yeah, whatever. So in the spring, this little plant comes up, and I'm like, what is that? It doesn't look like a weed. It looks like something. So it gets a little bigger. It gets a little bigger. It gets a little bigger, and then it gets as big as me, and then it gets bigger, and it's like 7 feet tall. What the hell is this thing? But I was curious, so I didn't pull it out. And then it got flower buds on it, and then I recognized it as a Coreopsis, and I was like, oh my God, that's that little 6-inch Coreopsis that I picked. So apparently, some of these plants, you see them in the wild, and they're short and full because they don't get any water. There's no nutrition in the soil that they're growing in. And then they don't get much water here, that's for sure, but the soil is pretty good. And, this one is, 4 feet plus. And this just grew here. I did plant the original ones here, but now they reseed all over the place. And they come up, and they're so pretty, and they're airy. And the pollinators like them, the bees and the butterflies. So that's the story. We'll get on to some other things. So this is the Agastaches neptoides, giant yellow hyssop, they call it. Bumblebee right here. The pollinators absolutely love it. This one is native to New Jersey. It's an endangered or threatened species. This is a good plant to put in your garden. It's pretty well behaved. They don't live long. I used to have a few of them in here. This is the only one, but I did save some seeds, and I have several seedlings coming up now. Like I said in the last video, something ate some of them, but hopefully I'll have a nice patch here next year. And Agastaches neptoides, native plant, good pollinator plant. Not spectacularly gorgeous like the Anis hyssop, but this little bee thinks it's really wonderful. It's like a little 2-spotted bee. It's a common bee. So grow this plant, help the planet, help the bumblebees. I love bumblebees. I'm going to do a video just on bumblebees. This bumblebee does not love me. I'm not going to bother you. Okay, Agastaches neptoides. Grow this. Okay, I think I'll cut this part of flowers in July on the hill garden short here, and then we'll start another video because I have a lot more flowers to show you, but I don't want to make this video too long. We'll quit with these Rudbeckia hirta, Black-Eyed Susan, and maybe in the next one we'll go through the Monarda species, the 3 different species, the Picanthenum species, the mountain mint, maybe a couple other things. So anyway, I hope you get the message that instead of sitting home and looking at the computer or watching TV, you can get out here and do this. It's a good feeling to be successful, to do things like this. You have a purpose in life. You're helping the planet. you're doing things for future generations so they can enjoy this too. You're doing things for the planet. You know, you're helping the native bees and butterflies, and little critters. So I hope you enjoy these little videos. Had a little baby rabbit running around. We'll see, maybe I can stick him in the video someplace. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Hit like, subscribe if you subscribe. You know, every time I put up a video, it'll come up on your feed. You could watch it if you want. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't, you know, it's just, it helps me for sure. Get the word out. You know, I'm sure I'll never be monetized. I doubt I'll ever have that many viewers, but that's not my goal. You know, my goal is to help you guys and gals enjoy your retirement and be happy and healthy. Okay, see you soon, I hope. Another baby rabbit. That's number 3. Oh, hello. Are you eating my plants? Alright, just eat the little weeds. Just eat the little weeds. Be careful with that road, you'll get squashed. I know rabbits are destructive, but how cute is that? And he's just eating that invasive grass, so I'm okay with that. Baby rabbit. This is, I believe this is the 3rd nest of baby rabbits so far. This is just July. And they've already had 3 nests in here. You know. This guy's been hanging around me all day. But I hate them when they're too tame, because that's when they get in trouble. You know. My little baby rabbit. Okay, be careful.